Good day to everybody out there to see thy wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water. And before I get started, we just want to tell everybody that we are off grid. Solar power, well water, no mortgage, fruit trees behind us, y'all see it. But this topic today, I'm telling y'all that because I don't depend on nobody. No government, no third party, no boss, none of that. No bills, no grocery store if I don't want. I got 50 plus mango trees out here, galore, coconuts, whatever. But I watched the interview today with the Breakfast Club and Dame Dash, right? And I love Dame Dash. I love his message. Not all of his messages, but the message about entrepreneurship, so on and so forth. He is one of the reasons why I quit my job back in 2017. I gave up my job working as a loan officer. And I said, you know what? I got this amount of money set to the side. I can make it for at least 8 to 9 months with all my expenses. I know I can close another deal before that. So I told my boss I was done. So salute the Dame. I love what he stands for in regards to ownership and doing for self and putting up your own money. Although I do have business partners that have put up their money because I'm just so smart. Now, I'm watching this interview and it has me triggered in a couple different places because, and the word triggered because when Dame started the interview, he Charlemagne told them not to cut him off because it was going to trigger him. Now, as a 54-year-old man, he should probably have a little bit more emotional intelligence to know that if they're intentionally trying to trigger him, to at least take it for what it is, right? You would think so, but he didn't. He fed into it. Now, I don't know how much of that was entertainment or not, but if it wasn't entertainment, I'll say shame on Charlemagne. And I'll say for us as black men, and I know most of America is going through mental health problems in their own way, but me specifically as a black man, to watch that was kind of cringe. From all sides, from someone like Charlemagne that's always preaching mental health and talking to a therapist, to sit there and deliberately poke and poke and poke and poke the bear. It's like he was looking for a response that he actually got. It's embarrassing. We have a lot of trauma that we haven't taken care of. I talk about it all the time. How do I get to a space like this where I'm physically free? I'm out of the matrix. I'm not on the hamster wheel no more, right? But mentally, I still feel like I'm in bondage. And I feel like I just can't crack the code up here. I'm off the grid in Central America. No job, no mortgage, no bills, no electrical bill, no water bill, right? And I still, for the life of me, can't figure out this mental health. This shit is tough. And looking at these guys today was so triggering. Why? Because he's part of the hip hop culture, right? And us as young black men, a lot of us grow up watching and listening to the hip hop music. So when y'all see people like me, yes, my parents were supposed to raise me to be a good man or whatever whatever you want to, they were supposed to raise me as best as they could. But they happen to have faults like we all do. So we get caught up in the same things that they get caught up in: the music, the food, the environment, so on and so forth. So we got caught up in the hip hop and all that stuff. So to watch these guys as adults now, that shows me that we are mentally screwed. We're arguing about the dumbest things ever. They arguing about who got the biggest house, what's real and what's not. Who got the most money, who's broke. It's ridiculous. But the fact of the matter is, Dame said he had a ranch over in Wyoming. Salute. I learned something today. I learned something every time I watch Dame when he's getting in his bag like this, not when he's talking about other individuals. When he's talking about business and corporate structure and bankruptcies, that's all a part of business. Now, I'm not here to be filing bankruptcy. I'm just saying that I learned something from him. And if that man if this is what broke looks like, I'm not saying he's doing a good job at it. All I'm saying is maybe we might want to reassess what our definition of what broke is. I'm saying, and for Charlemagne to know that he just filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and for him to keep calling him broke and egging him on as if he's trying to get him to come out and say, oh, I'm not broke. I got this, 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 for him to actually perjure himself. Even though he's not on the stand, you still sign certain paperwork that's almost like perjury. It's almost like he was trying to bait him. It's like he was trying to bait him into saying something that he knew he shouldn't have been saying because he called him gay. Now, whether he's gay or not, who knows? I don't care what Charlemagne is. I just don't. I just feel like the interview was really, really cringeworthy. I feel like Dame set himself up for that by going in there. And I think he did the right thing by going in there and speaking and promoting his books and his network and his TV shows and his movie. But when you get off kilter, when you let someone like Charlemagne, when you know his job, you know what he's going to do. And I really think Dame handled it to a certain degree. He handled it okay. But for some of it, it was just like, why would you say that, Dame? But that's how we are as humans. In the moment, we get caught up in it. I understand you got pressure, you got envy saying this and these guys aren't just talking like adults. They're saying it in you're broke. Like they're talking like that. Like they're trying to ignite some type of feeling or emotion out of this man. It was sickening. It was really sickening to see. But I had to watch it because, like I said, Dame was one of the ones that gave me inspiration to get up out of my 9-to-5, to quit that job, to say, you know what? Put your own money up. And at that time, I was putting my own money up. And I put my money up so much that I got enough experience investing in real estate that I was able to get someone else to put the money up because I was getting so much return on my investment. And I always salute Dame for his mind. Now, whether he's doing what he's preaching, that's another conversation. But the message is on point. That's the thing about this whole thing. You don't have to get caught up in the messenger. Just listen to the message. That's like with me. You don't have to get caught up in me because I don't live the life you want me to live or I don't live the life you think I should live. Just listen to the message. Go get you some property. Go off grid. Stop dealing with the mortgages, the bankers. Stop paying your water bill every month. Stop paying an electrical bill. Get you some solar. Stop paying a mortgage. Get you something where you could pay cash. Go to the auction, sheriff's sale, or if you got the money like that, just start buying your cash so you don't have to pay nobody. It's not rocket science. We got to eat every day, B. We have to eat every day. What you see behind me is a kaimito tree, also known as a star apple. Grows to be up to 100 feet tall, right? You have a plum tree behind that. You have a plantain tree behind that. You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coconut trees behind that. You have a craboo tree behind that. I don't have a boss. I don't have no niggas out here telling me what to do. I got a staff that I treat with very much respect. It's not even about who's doing better than who, what type of house someone has. It's about getting off of the matrix, getting off of the hamster wheel, so we don't have to depend on no job, so we don't have to go to the grocery store, so we don't have to pay a water bill. We can just go outside and pump the water from our well, so we don't have to pay the bankers this interest rate every month. Usury. Yes, pardon the noise. That's what it's about. It's about getting out of this hamster wheel so we can do for self, so we can stop being so stressed out. But that interview was so cringe. As a black man, we have so much mental trauma. It's like they was trying to outdo each other by talking. Like it was sickening. 10 years later, after the first interview, and this is y'all still holding on to him telling y'all that y'all been doing this for the same thing for this amount of years, and y'all still, it's a lot of trauma that we dealing with. We need to handle that. I'm trying as best as I can off grid. I'm trying as best as I can. I'm not, like I said, I got this physical thing figured out. I know how to get my body in shape. I'm on day 9 of a cleanse, right? It's the mental health problems that I'm dealing with. It's the trauma. It's the post-traumatic stress and slave disorders. You know what I'm saying? That I'm dealing with. Mental things that I'm trying to overcome. But you know what? I don't wake up every day beating myself up over it. I wake up every day trying to put one foot in front of the other and just get better and keep leveling up. And that's all we can do as people. Only thing we can do every day is continue to keep getting better and leveling up. You know what I'm saying? But I must say, it's very difficult. It's so difficult. To go through some of the shit that I be going through, and people don't really understand it because they're not here. All they can do is get on this camera and watch me, and I could say everything that I want y'all to hear and make my life seem like it's grand and it's the best thing ever. But only I know the shit that I gotta go through on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not asking for no empathy. I just feel like every other human. You know what I'm saying? I'm not lonely. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of unlearning that I'm trying to do. And I'm in a position to do that now because I have no strings attached. I have nobody pulling me from left to right. I don't have to be I'm good. But that interview was very, very, very disturbing to me. Enlightening, disturbing, embarrassing. I don't even want to say anything about that interview made me proud at all. I just hope we can take care of our mental health as black men. We got to do better. We have to do better. Because that interview was just not a representation of us growing. All that showed us that we was trying to outdo each other with talking. It's sad.
That's some lemongrass right there. Mosquitoes or something was biting the shit out of me. So I figured I'd put some lemongrasses up there. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm chilling, relaxing. I'm watching some YouTube videos. Sunday night. Tomorrow is Monday. Gotta go to immigration, renew my visa for another 30 to 60 days, I believe. Here in Belize, you can do it every month for 100 US. Or I think you could do it for 60 days. I'm not sure. Can't remember. I usually do it for 30 days. Anyway, I'm chilling. Monday, tomorrow. All that water has went down from that video I showed you all a few days ago. I wasn't really worried about it, but it was disturbing because that rain wasn't that hard. It was a lot of rain, more than what I've usually seen. So to wake up to all that water out there was like, what? And it was coming not from my creek. It was actually coming from the creek down with the neighbors. And the neighbor has a farm. And as I was driving back to my place, I saw him outside. It's probably my second time seeing him. So I stopped in and talked to him. And he was telling me, yeah, the creek down here comes through my property. The creek doesn't go through his property, but when there's a huge runoff, not a huge runoff, but when there's extra water, the water goes through his property and then it comes through my property, through my mango orchard, and it sits like in the middle section here, which is crazy. And then it goes to the back section over where I was trying to do one of my gardens. So with permaculture, one of the methods and formulas that they like to use is waiting and watching. I've been here for 4 months now, 5 months, April, May, June, July, August. 5 months I've been here in this country. 4 months I've been in my house. And this is the rainy season. So this is a really good time when you're doing permaculture or any type of farming to see where the water happens to run and when it rains, so you know what you're able to do and how you're able to plant, what type of bushes and trees to plant because of the rain, what trees are tolerant to rain, so on and so forth. Now, I've never farmed. I've never been to school for farming. I've never worked as a volunteer on a farm, so everything that I'm doing right now is basically through learning. And like I did hire a permaculture guy to help me and consult with me on ways I could, or the direction I should go based on what he sees. And the direction he gave was to clear the underbrush. He said keep the 20 feet around the entire property like a 20-foot buffer of raw land. Nothing bulldoze, no weed eater, nothing. Just leave it raw, jungle land, 20-foot buffer around the entire perimeter of the property. And then he said, after you do that, 3 feet of that on the outside, clear it so you can walk it. And then 3 feet on the neighbor's property, clear that too. Now, I'm not clearing the neighbor's property. I really don't want to clear mine on the 3 feet, but I do understand what he was saying. That kind of creates that natural fence line without having to put a fence up. So what I'm going to do is I took all the information that he said with that. I kept the 20-foot buffer, but I didn't do the 3 feet yet. But he was basically saying we should wait and watch with the water and everything to kind of see where it lays and where it sits. And we still have 2 more months of rainy season. And, I feel good about it. My house is up high. The creek seems to be in pretty good. It's running pretty good and nice stream. And the mango trees, of course, they haven't produced anyway because they're too close. So we're definitely going to have to cut some of those down. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been thinking about doing some chickens to make a couple of extra dollars because I'm here off grid. I'm not making any money. I got a few little passive things that I make a couple of dollars, but to be honest with you, that's no real money. It may just be enough for me to take care of my immigration, my cell phone bill, and several other little things. Nothing significant. I don't really need to make a lot of money either, but me being who I am and being an entrepreneur, I was looking at doing the chicken thing, buying about 40 or 50 chickens to start, create like, and see if, how I can produce chicken eggs. And I don't eat eggs and none of that stuff, but I do want to make a little bit of money to just be prepared for anything that may happen and just to stay busy and to put some type of currency into the or patronize and hire people. That's a good thing because people need to work here in this country. So, you know, that's something that's been on my mind lately. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Have any of you guys ever farmed? And if you guys have ever farmed, have you ever grew chickens? And what was your steps that you've taken to growing chickens and some tips that you may be able to give me? Because that is one of the things that I'm really, really looking towards pursuing, growing chickens to lay eggs, because everybody eats eggs except for me. I'm a vegetarian, quote unquote vegan, but I don't want to say vegan because I wear leather products, so I don't even like to use the term vegan in that way. I use it for hashtag purposes, you know. Yeah, listen to all the animals that we get to hear at night here. It's amazing. This is what I go to sleep to if I don't have my fan on. And my goodness, my sleep was thrown off when I first moved here to this country, but it's gotten better. I really didn't have to go through too much of a time change, and it gets dark here early because there is no daylight savings time. So here, it gets dark around 6:45. There's no light, absolutely no light at 6:45. You guys live in any parts of the country, of the world that gets dark really early in the summertime? It's like this all year round here. So in the wintertime, when places are getting dark around 4:30, almost 5, we'll still be getting dark at 6:45. When it gets dark, I'm cleansing right now. I'm day 7 of a cleanse. So my body usually gets more in tune with the sunlight. So when the sun goes down, I'm ready to go down. How many of y'all out there, bodies operate like that? When the sun goes down, you're ready to go to sleep. When the sun comes up, you're ready to get up. I'm usually up right before the sun gets up. But yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I'm relaxing on this beautiful evening. It was a cloudy day, very humid. Rained a lot, actually. It rained a little. A couple guys showed up and worked today on a Sunday. I didn't ask them to. They decided to come today, I guess. Make a little extra money. I don't know. But I'm chilling, relaxing. Nothing else to do. Could read a book or two. But I'm just kind of watching some YouTube videos and getting ready to go to bed soon. With that, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is See Thy Wealth. Water your health. Drink a glass of water.